Thank you for joining this session with us. We are very happy to see customers and partners joining to this session. So extremely pleased to welcome you to the announcement of our new release that we named Bossa Nova. So I am Paul-Henri Chabrol. I am Vice President for Product and Customer at Zelros. And today we are going to talk about the latest features we just released this week in the product. What have we done in the product on this last release? We focused on three main elements. The first one is to go one step further into personalization of the customer experience with Zelros. What we mean by that is that today we see that the insurance industry needs to go to the whole new level in terms of personalization of the way they engage with their customers, on the way information are being pushed to the customers. We enable that at a whole new level, leveraging insurance data as well as third-party data. That's the feature. Second domain on which we have gone one step further as well is around responsible usage of artificial intelligence. It always has been a key focus at Zelros, and we are going one step further by giving more transparency, giving more control on the algorithms with our latest functionalities. And last, third pillar is that we, with this release, enable the insurance industry to use artificial intelligence to better automate business processes, insurance business processes, by handling better unstructured data, which in the insurance context are mainly documents, text, and any attachments sent to business processes. We're very happy to have this session with you. We feel free to ask any question in the chat. We'll be very happy to take your question on the fly and make sure that it's answered. Last thing is that this webinar is recorded, so you'll receive a replay afterwards. And feel free to engage with us to understand deeper what we do with this new release. But now let's get started. So we'll start with the personalization of advice, and to do that, very happy to welcome Johanna. Johanna is product manager on Zelros. Johanna, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Paul-Henri. My name is Johanna Moreno. I am a product manager at Zelros. And today I'm very happy to be sharing with all of you all the new features that we prepared inside the Bossa Nova release. So to start, let's have a look what are the issues that insurers are facing and what are the customer expectations. So we see customer expectations are rising. Today, customer expectations radically change. They expect more customization on the products and services, and they demand to have a full journey online. They also do not have any problem to purchasing on any player. On the other hand, agents need more help to sell more complex products with more insights on their customers, so they can have a better overview of customer needs. So we will go through the presentation with several solutions that will help insurers to tackle these problems. Today, we introduce a new way to deliver a personalized experience on digital channels with Discovery and Advice API. So what is exactly Discovery and Advice API? Well, it enables insurers to deliver hyper-personalization in real time for their customers. So they can have personalized digital channels and tailor their marketing messages to every customer situation. So connecting to our API is simple. You just need to provide a customer information to the customer ID, and in return, all relevant information will be provided. So, for example, the API, it will provide the most relevant live event. For example, the intention of purchasing a new car. it will also bring the insurance offer most likely to fulfill the need and the key selling points to convince the customer to engage. In addition, clients can consume our API and broadcast recommendations on all distribution channels like websites, mobile sites, or self-care portals. We also leverage insurance data catalog, which enrich the customer profile with third-party data and open source data. So now it's time for a demo. Let's assume that John is a customer of Iris Protect, a leading bank insurer. He will connect to his self-care portal to consult his bank account. He will find a personalized banner powered by Celros that is relevant to his current situation. In this case, Celros detects that he had recently moved into a new apartment, and therefore he received from Celros the best home offer from Iris Protect for his new flat. Iris Protect delivers a stellar customer experience to John that he will remember. It will allow the insurer to increase conversion rates of online journeys with more relevant messages. Insurer will also win on customer satisfaction as John feels that his bank insurance company knows him well and receives support in key moments of his life where he needs more advice. He will enjoy the same experience on mobile or web. Let's now look at a new situation where our customer, Lien, another Iris Protect customer. Celros analyzes her whole data and predicts that she will probably purchase a new car. Celros detected that Lien is appealing to get a new car, and Celros recommends to display a question to confirm this life event. This is an example of a proactive approach where Celros provide predicted life events at the right time and enable discover new needs. So the insurer will increase visits and engagement to the underwriting online journeys. Let's now explain what powers this personalization, which is data. The insurance industry has a lot of data, but there are many more insights that we can get from external data sources as well. Today, we launched Insurance Data Catalog, a unique source of insurance-specific data, enabling insurers to bring more relevant advice to their customers. So how does Insurance Data Catalog work? So our Insurance Data Catalog gathers data from open data everywhere in the world and a curated list of data providers that provide relevant information of the customer or for the insurance advisor. Regarding the data providers, Celros selects data providers that are relevant for insurance and respects our data privacy and security policies, and of course are GDPR compliant. As a result, insurers can combine the power of their own data with these new data points to enrich the customer profile. So let me show you a few examples of what kind of data you can find inside the Insurance Data Catalog. We can integrate all available types of open data that are processed by our data scientist experts to get the most relevant information. For example, based on a zip code, you will be able to get demographic information such as vandalism risk, climate risk, urban type zone, or living standards, and many more. These examples are based on open data, but we can imagine insurers have separated databases or Excel files that they may want to use and consume, of course. This is not a problem at all, as Insurance Data Catalog feature can onboard new data sets thanks to an administration console that make it easy to create and configure new data sources. Let's take another example with data providers. So the Insurance Data Catalog feature includes weather data from AccuWeather provider. that has a worldwide coverage, and we have also point of interest from Google Places. So once we plug into our insurance data catalog these providers, we can be able to tell whether a customer is located in a medical desert area or lives very far away from any car repair shop. So now let me show you how we can leverage this feature within a key component of our platform, Cerros Advisor app. Advisor app is our application for insurance advisors that help them discover the needs of the customer. Advisor app coaches advisors with hyper-personalized content adapted to every customer situation. As we said before, now we are able to marry insurer-first data with Cerros Insurance Data Catalog to give more personalization opportunities. As a result of this feature, insurers can augment their first data with external data, making the advisor discover new needs. Can also create a hyper-personalized content for advisors. We can render dynamic information to give more impactful content, so sales agents can be more proactive and impactful on the discussion with their customer. We can also create more content, more rebound opportunities by using third-party data and open data sources, for example, geolocalization, point of interest, or customer behaviors. We can also create more segmentation opportunities to better contextualize and open up the radar to be able to strengthen the advisor customer knowledge. So that was very easy, right? So let's move on to a demo. Let's assume that I'm a distribution business manager and I want to empower my sales agents team with a live event using open data. Let's create a vandalism risk live event that will be displayed only in case of high risk. This live event will be an opportunity to upsell clients to a home goal insurance. Then I will write vandalism risk. And now I will be able to check my contribution by using a customer profile. I can see that the profile has been augmented with insurance data catalog information. This is really easy, right? Just in one click, I can see all the information available for a profile coming from our insurance data catalog based on our zip code. So as you can see here in my example, I see the AccuWeather information and I can see also the urban type zone and the vandalism information coming from the open data sources. Then I set up my live event to be triggered only when the criteria high is reached. So my evaluation is correct. Now let's return to the advisor app and pick up one client. Claire seems to be located in a high-risk zone of vandalism, and Cerros suggests a rebound opportunity over a home goal insurance. But we are not yet over. We can go further by personalizing the selling point. We can come back to our administration console and use the open data again, this time to give more precision of the percentage of the risk on the area. We allow you to customize the selling point by declaring the variable to use, and then you can also test before publishing, of course. So let's change a little bit our selling point and add a variable based on the percentage coming directly from the open data source. Okay, let's highlight, and then let's get back to the advisor app. So our Top Gun advisor will be able to share more precise information, feeling that he knows Claire's context, and he will show more empathy regarding her situation to give better advice and fulfill her needs correctly. Advisor app will also coach sales agents with better recommendations As a result, you will prove better autonomy, productivity, and increase the conversion rates.
Thank you, Joanna, for this presentation. Super interesting feature that you demoed here. We've had a few questions that I'm gonna ask you from the participants. So the first one is from Julie. She is asking, do you have the possibility to provide climate risk over a specific area?
Okay, yes. Insurance data catalog includes a first version of climate risk information coming, and thanks to the open data sources. So as I said before, the insurance data catalog is very easy to configure. So we can configure and onboard on the platform any kind of data. As an example, we can also explore open data for any country, and may also want to use, you will probably use your marketing open marketing data. So this is not a problem at all. You can onboard these kind of sources inside the insurance data catalog.
Excellent. Second question is that the use case you showed was for mainly customers. How would that work for prospects? Cindy is asking.
Yes, this is a good question. So you can provide prospects information in real time. So for example, your prospect will use a loan calculator. So this information will be enough to request sales recommendations. So sales will enrich the first data that you provide with the insurance data catalog to know better the context of the client, and therefore provide a better recommendation.
Excellent. And last questions were around, so for Zelros customer, when can they start using these features, and what about the pricing? So maybe I'll take this question for you, Johanna. So the features are available right now, so you can activate them in your instance, in your deployment of Zelros as soon as you want. So you contact your customer team to make it happen, or your partner team to make it happen. And what about pricing? So the feature you saw are included in the license so far. So you know, really enjoy this. Go one step further in the personalization of the advice. Thank you, Joanna. So we'll move to the second topic of this webinar. Second set of features around responsible usage of artificial intelligence. As I mentioned, a key topic for us. There is no AI at scale without doing it responsibly, thinking of the bias, of the limits of the algorithms. A huge subtopic of investment for us at Zelros and for the industry as well. So to present you what we have been doing within the Bossa Nova release, I invite Antoine to show you the new functionalities. Antoine, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Paul-Henri. My name is Antoine, and I am in charge of responsible AI at Zelros. To begin with, what is responsible AI, and why is it so important for us at Zelros? Artificial intelligence increases the ability of insurers to deliver a better customer experience by processing large volumes of data. We are all aware of it. It exposes our organizations to multiple risks. Regulation compliance, explainability challenge, fairness concern. Each of our product releases allow us to make progresses in these areas. And within the Bossa Nova framework, we have worked on some new improvements. For the first one, we have paid particular attention to consistency. As a software editor, we know exactly how the model was trained, but every model has its limits, and we cannot have blind confidence once it is in production. For example, let's consider a model trained on a population of customers from 18 to 35 years old. Using it for a prediction on a 50 years old customer won't be relevant. Therefore, we set up warnings when the values used for the prediction have never been observed during training. As these warnings are saved, it will be possible to investigate and act accordingly afterwards. For example, by updating the training population with the elements detected as out of context during production use. We have prepared a second surprise for the Bossa Nova. Training a model is good, but keeping track of it is better. That's why for each of our models, we automatically produce an ethical report, which can be viewed as a sort of identity card. This document includes a review of the characteristic of the data, which has been selected or excluded during training, as well as an analysis of the model behavior. This is where we thought it would be interesting to pay specific attention to the protected features. What is a protected feature? It is a feature whose value should not be decisive in itself to change the outcome of a prediction. Whether you are addressing a woman or a man, modifying the gender value for the prediction should not change the predicted outcome. So, we prepared some new metrics for the ethical reports that will allow us to analyze this equality of treatment. The causes of a prediction imbalance can be multiple. It will always be up to the reader to make up his own mind based on the elements provided in the ethical report. The human being thus remains at the heart of the creation of responsible AI. We talk about people. Let's not talk about the planet. Being responsible also means caring about the environmental impact. Training an artificial intelligence model can be very greedy in power resources. This is why we have chosen to add to each ethical report a breakdown of the consumption in carbon equivalent. Primarily used for awareness raising, this information will also be useful in future to choose between two algorithms. After all this theory, let's switch to practice. Let's go and see directly in the ethical report. In the next example, we have trained a model to predict the propensity of a customer to an insurance product. The model has been trained on synthetic data, and we have defined age as a protected feature. This will allow us to analyze the treatment by the model according to age groups. The ethical report of this model can be retrieved on the administration interface of the Zelros platform. Just click here to consult it. We will directly check the new paragraphs that have been added in this new Bossa Nova version. First, we can see the paragraph about environmental impact. The carbon equivalent consumption for the model training is displayed here. The equivalence has been translated in terms of CO2 capture by a mature tree on a daily scale. Then we can scroll down to the other new feature. Within paragraph, performance over protected groups. Here, for each feature defined as protected, we compute and display mix per subgroup as an analysis element. These metrics cover the distribution of prediction and also the performance of the model by population subgroup.
Thank you, Antoine, for this presentation. Really interesting new steps into a more ethical usage of artificial intelligence embedded in the product. So there has been a few questions. I tried to answer them on the fly, but you'll be much better than me to do so. Well, first question for you: is age the only protected feature that can be defined?
No, it is not. We can use any feature that is useful for the model. So it can be the age, but it can also be gender, it can also be localization or marital status, for example.
Excellent. One question around the report itself. You showed like a training report of the algorithm. Is this generated automatically? How can a customer use it?
It's generated automatically, which is very convenient because whenever we have to change even one slight parameter to the model, we will get automatically a new report.
Excellent. So you mentioned, so I was curious too, you mentioned a metric called the 3 days. What is exactly a 3 days?
It can be a bit tricky, but basically we took into account the fact that an adult tree absorbs around 11 kilo CO2 per year, and we scale down this information to have an equivalence with the amount of carbon used during the training of our model, knowing that this amount depends on the localization, I mean, where the servers have been used to train the model.
I see. So you can now pick the model that consumes less carbon versus the other. I get it. I understand. Thank you for this explanation. Last question: how can I benefit from these new AI features? So for Lucas, the features are available now for all deployed customers and will be for any new customers. Antoine, thank you very much for this for this presentation. And let me now move to the last topic, last announcements that we do with the Bossa Nova release connected to artificial intelligence on the benefit of process automation. Huge area of development. At Zelros, we invested a lot into understanding processing unstructured data, and today we announced a new way for our customers to manage their unstructured data, manage the documents and the image that are associated to it. So to go to present that to you, I invite Isis on the floor. So Isis, up to you.
Thank you, Paul-Henri. Hello, everyone. I am Isis, product manager at Zelros, and today I will introduce you to one of our new project evolution, the document management portal. But document management portal, what's that? Zelros thinks a lot about insurers and their users. One of our goals is to find a way to optimize their business process and to excel in the user journey. We choose to focus on documents. As insurers explain to us, they receive a huge amount of documents every day. Did you know that 45% of work activities can be automated with current technology? By automating daily tasks, an advisor will spend more time focusing on more advanced final users use cases. Customers will become a priority for advisors, who will improve the quality of the support. With Documents to Insights, Zelros already recognize and automatically read insurance documents. Today, with the Document Management Portal, we go one step further. It combines human expertise with AI to reach a new level of document automation. But how does that work? At Zelros, we created an API using AI, machine learning, and software engineering that analyze several types of insurance documents. Our new document management portal allows you to upload and manage hundreds of documents with your team. It recognizes the documents and extracts the data in an encrypted and secure way. It will reject or validate the documents automatically. If warnings are detected, you can always check and edit the documents if necessary, and even change its status, validated or rejected. A document will be rejected by our API if it is a fraud, a predefined business rules, or if there is missing information. But enough talking. Let's just have a look. Remember Liane, who needed a new car insurance from Iris Product. She will finalize her application And she sends various documents to Thomas, her insurance agent. He will upload the documents as automatic recognition because we can recognize the documents. And you will have the 3 documents here on the ongoing analysis tab. You will also have different metrics and other tabs, waiting for verification, processed documents, and rejected documents. So inside the ongoing analysis, we have the 3 documents. We will have, the documents are analyzed, and it seems that we have one inside waiting verification. So we check, and there is the driving license from Lian, which is tagged as a fraud. We visualize the documents, and Thomas, we need more information. He checks, and all the data seems to be well extracted. He decides to accept the document, to validate it. He will check if there is other document for verification, and then he will check if the other documents are inside the processed documents. There is the insurance statement from Lian, which has been recognized, extracted, and validated automatically. And the same for, driving license, which has been manually validated and automatically validated for the car registration. There is nothing inside the rejected documents, so the application is done. Now it is completed, and Thomas will send the information to Lian. She is happy because she is definitely relieved. Thomas is really efficient. A few weeks later, Lian calls Thomas, and her husband has a small car accident. So she needs to send different documents. And of course, she sends the accident report, which is going to be analyzed. The matrix has changed, and you can always add a file or export a CSV if you need. Thomas remembers that there is a business rules. An accident report needs to be after the 1st of January 2021. He can always test, delete, or save the business rules, but he's gonna keep it because he needs it. So the accident report is inside waiting for verification. It seems to need a verification because of the business rules. So he can visualize the document, and it's a clear document. There is no problem about it. So he checked for more information, and there is a problem with the date. In fact, it's 2020, and he needs an accident report after 2021. He checks the other information, first name, checkboxes, circumstances, license plate, and well, everything is fine, but he has to reject the document because of the date. He will check if the document is inside, yes, it's inside the rejected documents here, and he can always visualize it if necessary. He will send the different information to Lian. She will probably ask her husband, and she's definitely again relieved and happy that it is really efficient. She will definitely advise Iris Protect and Thomas to her friends. This is a document management portal from Zeros. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Isis, for this demo and introduction. Very interesting case to enable more process automation and, more important, more customer satisfaction within insurance. Again, so I'm gonna ask you the question that we've had in the chat. First question was related to fraud. You mentioned that we detect fraud. Could you detail what kind of fraud we extract from documents?
Yes, sure. So we have 3 kinds of fraud. The first one is automatic checks for all documents. For example, it will be suspicious metadata or a non-consistent layout. The second one is specific checks for specific documents. It will be like, for example, a missing signature or an incorrect IBAN, for example. And the third one is consistency check. It will be consistency checked with an external API, for example, address rectification, thanks to Bano API, or it will be consistency check inside the same document if there is twice the same first name, for example.
I see, thank you. Another question related to data storage. Do you store data within document management portal? Yes, do you store data in this?
Yes, we store data is stored, but using encryption and in a secure way, that's for sure. In our SaaS setup, each client has their own storage. And in the on-premise setup, you master your data. So we only need to retrieve it for analysis and verification purposes. It is always possible to remove any uploaded file, and so that you are the master of your data at any time during the process. And that's the most important thing for us.
Thank you, Alessandro. So you had a question around how the solution could be integrated within the insurance IT landscape. So I'll take this one for you with this. So, Alessandro, so how can this be integrated? Our solution processes a batch of documents or API or supports API calls so that it can be used in real time on any type of integration. We have standard connectors as well with market-leading platforms, and we are developing as well specific connectors to specific insurance systems in business application within the insurance domain. So a vast number of ways to integrate, and basically two channels where this solution is used: online channels to do automatic document recognition directly on the customer portal, and as well within business processes, processing batches of documents in support of the document management system. Another question from Gianluca is this that I'll ask you: is it possible to automatically upload documents from other applications?
We can connect to. We are going to connect to other application. If I understand well, I'm not sure to understand correctly the
so I'll answer the question for you. The automatically upload document from other application? Yes. So we are connected to many different type of applications. Can be again policy administration systems, can be portals, can be documents that are stored in some places. So really, we have a flexible infrastructure that can process batches of documents, API calls, and any other way to process documents. So very, very flexible, both on online channels as well as within say the IT landscape of the customers. We talked about the connection. So one question from Jean around: could we connect the portal to our IT, so it links with it connects with the question that Alessandro and Gianluca asked. So for the portal itself, we have two ways to deploy. So it can be hosted on the cloud or on-premise directly in the infrastructure of the customer on their private cloud or public cloud, and we will receive inflow data from whatever system that stores and processes data. Let me check if there are other questions that I didn't ask. I think we are quite covered. Feel free if you have one last question. Happy to answer it. If no question, thank you, Isis, for this presentation.
Thank you.
So that was the whole announcement that we wanted to make within the Bossa Nova release. We hope that you found it interesting. So in a nutshell, 3 elements: more personalization of the advice, one step further towards a more responsible usage of artificial intelligence, and one step further in the processing of unstructured data. And so all these features are available now, please contact your account executive or customer success team at Zelos to know more and to give it a try within your environments. Thank you very much for attending this webinar. Again, it has been recorded. You've received the replay, and feel free to reach out to know more and to set it up within your environments. Very happy to have you. See you soon, and have a great day.